Hello, my name is Ash Christopher, auditioning for A-kon 24's 2013 VA Idol, and today I'm going to be reading the story of the most foolish traveler from Fruits Basket.
This is the story of the most foolish traveler in the world. Once upon a time, there was a foolish traveler who had gone on a journey. Why was he foolish? Well, because he was fooled by everyone he met. Everywhere he went, people made up all kinds of sad stories to tell him, and the traveler fell for every one of them. Pretty soon, his money, his clothes, even his shoes had been cheated away from him. However, the foolish traveler was always glad to help. For every one of them, he'd smile and say, "I wish you happiness." But by this point, the traveler was completely naked, and with nothing left to cover himself, he decided to leave the main road and travel through the dense forest, where no one could see him. Soon he was discovered by the goblins that lived in the woods. The goblins wanted to eat the traveler's body, so they begged and pleaded and used kind words to try and trick him. Of course, the traveler was fooled. First, he let the goblins eat one of his legs, and then an arm, then more, and before it was all over, all that the traveler had left was his head. He'd even given his eyes away to the last of the goblins. And as the last goblin was eating the traveler's eyes, he turned and said, "Thank you, traveler. In return, I leave you this present." What the goblin left was a slip of paper with the word "fool" written on it. The traveler couldn't see it. He didn't know what it was. Even so, tears began to flow down his face. "Thank you," he said. "This is the first present anyone ever gave me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, thank you." Even without his eyes, he cried and cried great tears of joy. And then the traveler died with a smile on his face. And that's the end of the story. I close my eyes and think about him a little longer. I think how he'd given everything away until all he had left was his head, and how at the end he still cried for joy and said thank you. And then I realize I feel sorry for him.